Hi, everybody. I am so excited to open this kit with you. This is the October kit. Let me turn off the volume. I'm so excited to open this kit with you. Okay, so that one's working. The October kit. And that one's working. Let's check if this one was working. Okay. It looks like we've got some people over on YouTube. It's so great to see you. We've got Catherine and Nemau. So great to see you. Thanks so much for joining me. Oh, my video on YouTube is being silly. Okay. That will work. Maybe I'll just refresh it, see what happens. To see you. Thanks so much for joining me. Okay, great. So that volume is working. It's fun to see people. If you're joining me, you're welcome to say hello in the comments. I always love to see who's here. So thank you for taking a little bit of time today and joining me. It will be fun. I'm glad you are here. So this is the October kit. And we are going to make the projects that are in the kit. And then over the next couple of days, I'll come up with some alternatives and share those probably next week. Okay. Hi, Karen. Great to see you. Michelle is here. She just got her kit as well. And she's waiting for some inspiration. Oh, good. Hopefully you'll be able to be inspired by some of my alternatives. Hi, Debbie. She says, this is a beautiful kit. I'm excited. I haven't opened my kit at all, so this will be fun to see. And I haven't seen any other sneak peeks just because I've been busy. Hi, Brenda. Thanks for joining me today as well. It's great to see you over on YouTube. We'll just take a quick minute, let people find us and join us before we start opening it. Hi, Amy. She says she's still waiting for her kit. If you've got your kit, you're welcome to go grab it and we can open it up together and make some of the projects, or you can just watch and, make them on your own time. This kit is called Nests of Christmas, and it coordinates with some other Stampin' Up! Products. So if you really love the images and colors in this kit, you might be interested in purchasing some of those other products from Stampin' Up! To have to make more cards or projects, things like that. They're just gorgeous. Birds are one of my favorite images. I actually love to see birds here in Colorado. We have really beautiful birds. There's these really bright blue birds called mountain blue jays, and they're gorgeous, and we see them around our neighborhood all the time. We also have yellow birds. Sometimes we have hawks. A couple years ago, I saw an owl in my backyard, and so it's just really fun. We don't have cardinals, which I'm sad about, because when we went to the east this summer, I saw like my first cardinal, and I just was like, oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. And I've heard that people who live in the east, they're just so common, I guess. But to me, they just felt super special. So I love birds. I'm really excited about this kit. Let's see. More people are joining us over on YouTube. We've got Jennifer. She says her kit comes today. And Michelle says that she always looks forward to the alternatives that I put together. I'm so glad. And Carol is here. She's over in New York. First time watching. Hi, Carol. It's great to have you live with us. She said that she started working on her kit last night. I'm so glad you're able to join us live. It's really fun to be here with you. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. If you are new to Paper Pumpkin, if you've never seen one of my unboxing before, or you're maybe new to paper crafting and not sure if you want to get into it, Paper Pumpkin is a perfect product because it comes with everything you need to make the intended projects, and they're always adorable. What I like to do is just take those projects and make different ones. And I try really hard to not use too many other products. Most of the time, if I am using something, it's going to be cardstock that coordinates with the kit. And most of the time I do need that because I will need a card base and I like to cut up what I've got here. So I will usually use cardstock. And then I also have my favorite tools that I'll have, and I'll list those in the description below. So if you like any of those, you can purchase those as well from Stampin' Up. And then sometimes like a simple shape punch or die like circles or labels. And then since they've been coming out with the coordinating dies, I will usually use those as well if I want to, not all the time. The dies that coordinate with this month, let's see if I've got those. Let's see, October, November, December. So it's the new ones. Let's see. Did I get those? Oh, yes. Okay, so this is the new die coordination, and these are the Mary tags and more dies. And I haven't opened these up yet. And so I'm really excited about them. They've got this fun label. It's a large rectangle and it has stitching around the edges. And then it's got a little like tag hole thing there. So that's going to be really fun to create with. And then it looks like there's kind of a fern and the word Mary. So I'm excited about those, and I usually will use that on a couple alternatives. So if you like doing alternatives or you want to see and get some inspiration on other things you can do with your kit, come back and keep an eye out on my channel, and I'll usually post those about a week or so after I unbox it because it takes me some time to make them and then get the videos all ready to go. So if you're new to that and you haven't seen any of my unboxings, go check those out over on my YouTube channel, some of the past ones as well. Betsy says she's excited about this kit. I am too, Betsy. Good morning, Bonnie. She says this is also her first time watching a live. And Michelle agrees. She says there are no cardinals in California, so she feels like they're very special when she gets to see them too. All right, and Namao is also her first time watching, and she just got the dies. Oh, I'm glad. I'm excited about them. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing, oh, look at that. After we just talked about how special and how much we love cardinals, it looks like we've got a cardinal stamp. Or a bird. I mean, it really could be anything, right? But to me, it kind of looks like a cardinal. It has that kind of shape to the head where it kind of goes up high. We've got kind of a branch, fern, maybe an evergreen type of image. We'll see these better when we open our kit. And then it looks like we've got some holiday greetings. So we have Christmas, Merry, maybe some berries there, Happy Holidays, and joyful thoughts to you this season. That's great. That's a great one. One thing I love about Paper Pumpkin is that they always have really good sayings to their stamp sets. This is a wide tear and tape adhesive that's in the kit. And then the color we have is shaded spruce. So in every single kit, you're going to get a stamp set and an ink spot. And they do try to give you different ink spots so that as you collect them, you're creating a nice small collection of products that you can continue to use over and over. The bright red tissue is fun and how it coordinates with that fun box here. And then here are the projects. So this month, it looks like there are 2 card designs. They are full-size cards, and there's enough to make 4 of each card. So that's really great. Okay, so today we're going to make 1 of each so we can see kind of how they come together. Oh, and look, there's some shiny green foil on there. I'm really excited. These are going to be pretty. Hi, Jane. Great to see you. Okay, so we've got some, they always include the adhesive that you need. So for this one, it looks like we need some thick tear and tape. We also need dimensionals. Inside this bag, I also have some ribbon. And so it looks like we'll probably need this ribbon. And it looks like we'll probably just place them like flat on our card because there's no way we could tie that. And so they've just given us some pieces of ribbon and lots of ribbon. So maybe one on each card. So that's kind of nice. And then we have gorgeous envelopes. Look at that decorative edging right there. It's foiled. And we've got a fun little design there on the flap and in the corner on the front. The inside has no pattern. Oh, I was getting so excited. So there's no pattern to the inside, but that makes sense because they've added everything to the outside, which is really pretty. I'm going to have a hard time cutting those up because those are so pretty. Maybe we'll just do one or two and leave the rest. So, okay. We've got some die cuts. We have a cardinal and then looks like just some beautiful birds and then some of those evergreen ferns with the red berries and the different types. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to hold one of those off to the side because we'll probably need one. We should have a total of 4 or more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. I wonder if that was on purpose or not. We'll see. Okay. And then we've got card bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I have 5 cards bases. How many is this supposed to make? Here is the printout of the stamp, so you can see what those images are going to look like a little bit better. So put that over there. Let's see. Oh, it does. It says 10 cards and envelopes. Wow. Did I count that wrong? I sure did. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a lot more than they usually do. When they just do 2 designs, they usually will only do like 4 cards. So there's a total of 8. But this one is 10. That's awesome. So let's double check. It felt much bigger. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So you should have 5 die cut piece sheets then. And you should have 5 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the layers. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is a fun fold card base. So you've got this little thing that pops out, and look, it even has the foil around the edge, so we could use this on an alternative. So don't throw these things away. That's going to be really fun. And then it fun folds over that beautiful pattern. Oh, that's going to be fun. So not only do we have lots of card bases, but we've got fun folds. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? I'm not sure if I'm good at showing how excited I am. Hi, Cassie. She says, such a cute paper pumpkin kit. I always love your alternative designs as well. Thank you so much. Judy is also here. She's also says that she loves my alternatives. Thank you, Judy. And Michelle, she was correcting me. She said it was 5 each of 2 designs. You are correct, Michelle. I was wrong. And then we've got some labels. It looks like we've got 12 labels in total, which is always nice. They give us some extras in case we mess up, which is always possible. And then we should have 5 more of these. And they are also fun folds. And look at that gorgeous green foiling. Can you see it? So pretty. This also has a open. So it's kind of like a little frame cards. And then don't throw these things away, okay? So this has a fun fold, and then it folds over to create this beautiful foiling in the center. So that will be fun to put together. Sometimes when the cards are so beautiful, it's really hard for me to come up with alternatives. But I am kind of excited about all these extra patterns as well. So I think we'll have some fun ideas that we can come up with. What do you guys think? You love it? Are you excited? for this kit. Oh, I'm very excited about it. All right, it doesn't look like there's a lot of pieces, which is great because that means these cards will come together really quickly. And like I said, they look gorgeous by themselves. So if you are just like, I love these cards as they are, then go ahead and make all the cards in your kit. You know, there's nothing wrong with just making them as they are. Let's go ahead and see what's inside. Look, they show some of my favorite tools. I love using my Take a Pick tool, of course, my paper snips, bone folder, and then my cutting, what is this called? Oh my goodness. I want to call it a scoring blade, but it's not. Simply, no. Gosh, my brain just died on me. Anyway, this is my paper cutter. I love my paper cutter. And I use it all the time when I'm making my alternatives. So up here, it shows us, they kind of flip things on us because they did this little advertisement here for tools. And so up here, it shows us the things that we need to make our card. So we'll need an envelope. And that just goes with the card. I don't see us doing anything to the envelope in the instructions. So we need our card base. In the very first paper pumpkin kit you receive, you're going to get a clear block like this. And so that's what that image is. So make sure when you get that, you hold on to it so that you can continue to use your paper pumpkin kit. So it's only in your first kit. We'll need one of the ribbon pieces, the cardinal, one of the large fairy punches. Let's go ahead and just pop all these things out. The tear and tape, dimensionals, one label, and the greeting. So it looks like we do the square one first. So let's do that. And then once you move down to the next number one, you're going to see the steps. So the first step is to do some stamping with the fern with our green ink in the corners of our card. And then we're going to stamp, Merry Christmas on our label. Then it tells us to fold it, okay? Hi, Ellie. She says she's excited to see what I do with the throwaway pieces. So those center pieces from the inside of the frames. Yes, I'm glad that they didn't cut those out and not give them to us. So it was great that they left them in there. So to open up my Stampin' Spot, I just take my blade of my scissors and cut right along there. And then I leave it attached. Then I don't have to search for it later. Oh, Beverly is also here. Hi, Beverly. So let's take that fern image and we'll put it on our clear block. I always like to do a little test on some scratch paper. So I just found some paper sitting nearby. And I will always do this. Sometimes the stamps need just a little more cleaning to get any residue off to make a nice image. But this one turned out great. So I think I feel really good about that. They say open this all the way up. And with the blue on the left side, here I'll bring this up a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So the blue on the left side and the opening on the right, we're going to stamp, it looks like 3 of these ferns in the corners. So 3 in each corner. And it looks like it can be pretty random. I don't think it needs to be any certain way. Now, if you're using a glass mat like I am, you'll want to make sure you clean it so that you don't get all that ink on your card. So I just have a little tissue here close to me. Just put it down. What I need to do is get my little wipe. There's like a wipe that comes with the glass mat, and I need to find that, but that should be okay for now. Okay, so if I had moved my paper over those stamps, then it would have gotten green on the inside. So then we'll do it in this corner as well. I'm going to carefully move that. If you want to have that not happen, then just take your scratch paper and stick it underneath. And that's probably what I'm going to do here, because then I don't have to worry about it. Let's rotate this way. Okay, so you see how that ink now stays on the paper and we don't have it on our glass mat. So it's kind of nice to have some scratch paper on hand. So here's kind of what I did in the corner. And then I've gone in the top corner. So kind of kitty corner to each other. And then let's stamp our greeting. And that goes on one of the labels. They show putting the two together, and I'm just a little hesitant to do that. So I'm going to actually do one first and then the other. And I'm just going to place Christmas on one side of my block and then Merry on the other side, just so that I have a little more control over where they're going to be. And then, of course, I'm going to do a quick little test just to make sure that it's stamping nicely. Okay. So do you see how half of the word, so the M-A-S, feels nice and crisp, but the first part of the word has a little bit of bubbles to it? I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to just get my cleaning thing and see if I can clean that just a little bit. This is another tool that I really like to have, and it is just the Simply Chamois. And you just put a little water on this chamois type substance thingy. It's like a foamy towel, and it just cleans really nicely. So I'm just going to kind of clean Merry as well. We'll try it again. Okay, so I feel like that is a lot more crisp. So we're going to go ahead and put Christmas on the bottom of the label. I'm going to hold it sideways and stick it right in the middle at the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to do Merry kind of near the top. Let's do a quick test on Merry as well. I'm guessing that's going to be fine. Yep. Well, I'm going to put it right between the H and the T. But you could put it anywhere. So that's what mine's going to look like. If you want to do it differently, go for it. No right or wrong there. Okay, so our stamping is done. The next step is to fold. So I'm going to use my bone folder. This one's already folded for us. So on this one, you just want to be really careful when you fold it, because the paper is a little bit weak because it has no paper in the center. So just gently fold it up and over, and then use your bone folder and carefully crease that just like that. Okay, so I'm guessing that's right because it looks right in the picture. This is a horizontal card, so we're going to go ahead and move it to horizontal so that the stamps that we did are in the top left and bottom right. Then we're going to grab a ribbon. And here, write that one out. And this thick tearing tape. Okay, so they take the ribbon and they're actually adding it to the back of the greeting, and it's just going to poke out a little bit from that greeting. So put some tear and tape right in the center. That's amazing. That is so, I really like that size. And you see how it just barely pokes out? That's the design there. I'm kind of struggling. It's not enough of a poke out for me. So I'm going to actually cut this. Okay. And then put it using my grid. Put it on one side. Right in the center. Because of course I want more of that red showing. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm just going to line it up so that I know that it's right in the middle. And try to get about the same distance on both sides. Okay. So that's what I did. Is that focusing? Hold on, it's having a hard time. Sorry, guys. Not focused. There, maybe it will be okay right here. There we go. Okay, but you can kind of get the idea, right? So it's a lot smaller if you don't cut it. And that's okay. If you don't want to cut it, you don't have to. Then on the back here, we're going to add some dimensionals. And we're going to stick it inside the blue. And maybe that's why it's shorter, so that it doesn't overlap the front of the card so it can open up easier. But we'll see. Melanie Foy says, you never know when you might see a cardinal, Michelle. I see chartreuse tinglers, and they are not native to the Southwest desert. Fun. Melanie says, I love that there's ribbon. I listened to a guy from Paper Pumpkin Stampin' Up! That really didn't like the putting ribbon in the boxes, but I really appreciate it. I like that they put ribbon in it too. I think it's nice that they give us some embellishments. I always want to add embellishments to my cards. So when there's no embellishments in the kit, then, I kind of want to add that. And I mean, I get that they've added the foil, which adds a nice touch, but a little bit of ribbon or like a rhinestone or something, I think that's really fun. So I added it down a little bit lower than the picture showed because I didn't want to cover up all that beautiful foiling. Okay, so maybe like 1/4 of an inch or so down inside that, like that. And then we're also going to add some dimensionals to, okay, now I'm seeing, well, we can rotate it a little bit. There's usually a reason they do things a certain way. And I struggle because I want it to be my way. But I think we can still see Christmas pretty well, right? So what we'll do, I think this gets attached to the outside because the overlapping here, whoops. So this has, you see how it is connected here? If this was connected to the inside, then we couldn't open it. So I think that that is connected to the border. So because of the way I've added my Christmas greeting, I'm going to bring it down so that it's touching and rotate it so that I can still see Christmas. Okay. So I don't want it to go beyond the frame because I do want it to still be able to fit inside of the envelope. So I'm just rotating it until it fits. And then I'll just hide a dimensional. Hopefully. Yeah. Where they connect. So there's one there. And I think I can put one on this side too. Okay, so the dimensional is just going on the frame, and I'm trying to place it underneath the fern. Just like that. Perfect. So it doesn't cover my greeting. It's not coming off the edge of the card, but it's connected to that frame piece. That's pretty. This would be kind of a fun little peekaboo card too, where you're like, peekaboo, right? That's kind of cute. But for now, we're going to put this on the front. That also gets some popped up dimensionals. I'm just going to put them on the belly because I know that's going to get connected to that fern. And maybe something like that. Go up a little higher. Okay. And that card's all done. Hi, Hildenel. She says, I can't wait to see your alternatives. Vicky says, I cut my ribbon into 4 pieces to have more ribbons. Watching from Florida. I always enjoy making your cards. That's a great idea to cut it into 4 pieces. Because it is, I mean, you do have a lot that just kind of gets hidden back there, huh? And Melanie agrees. She's going to cut hers smaller. Okay, well, that's the first card. Let's see. When we open it, we still have Merry Christmas showing. And then we can write a note. We can add a picture. You know, whatever you like to do when you send out your Christmas cards. That's so pretty. And it looks great with the envelopes. What did I do with those? That's just like a perfect pairing, isn't it? So for card number 2, we're going to take the curved window card base. We, of course, need our stamp clear block and the other 2 birds and all the other pieces. So the rest of these and a ribbon and then our greetings. So that's not too bad. Like I said, these come together really quickly. Hi, Lisa. I'm so glad you're able to join me live as well. She's over on Facebook. Oh, and we do need another greeting label. All right, so unfortunately, my stamp fell on top of my greeting here, or my thing, but that's no big deal. So it is nice to be able to clean your stamps quickly, you know, from where you are. So having something like this is nice. I'm going to grab another block and put on the greeting. So this greeting we're doing is joyful thoughts to you this season. So it's just one stamp. When you pull these off, you just want to make sure you have most of it in your hand so that you don't accidentally tear it. Tearing these is very uncommon, but I have seen it happen. So just be careful with them. I'm going to go ahead and clean this since we had to clean the other one. Just some light little strokes to wipe off any excess residue. But we'll still do a quick test. There we go. This is the shaded spruce color. It's so pretty. Such a nice dark green. So you want to make sure you've got even coverage all the way around. It's bubbling just a little bit, so I'm going to try cleaning it one more time. There's a couple other things that I can do if it keeps bubbling up a little bit. Okay, that looks much better. So this is just going to get stamped right in the center. Just like that. And then it looks like we do the same thing. We're going to add some ribbon behind it. So let's do Vicky and Melanie's idea. So if we take the piece and we cut it at an angle in the center, so just matching the angles on the other sides, we're now going to get two pieces that are roughly about the same size. And then if we cut that in half, you'll want to have a good pair of scissors for this. Then you can kind of just put a little bit of adhesive on this ends. I'm actually going to put the adhesive on the cardstock. Hi, Dicta. Okay, so then you can kind of add however much you want on that, and we'll repeat on this side. Okay, that just gives you a little bit more ribbon that you can use, so you can get two cards out of one. Okay, it's a great idea. And then, of course, we're going to add some dimensionals. I'm going to place some over the ribbon just to make sure that it stays in place. And maybe one in the middle. And this is going to get put right in the center of our little window. So make sure to fold that over. So because it's a little longer, it might, that ribbon might just be underneath, which is fine. I don't know how much to add here, like where to put it. We're just going to go right about here. I'm going to try to put it where the curve starts to change. So you see how it's straight here, and then right as that curve happens, that's kind of where I put the top of the greeting. And because those ribbons get in the way of it opening, I'm just going to put that in the back. So it looks like it's just a full ribbon all the way across. But then when you open it, you'll see that there's the angled sides. Great question that just came through. She says, so is the bubbling usually the stamp, or can it be the ink? I've always been under the impression that it's the stamp. And the reason for that is because I can usually get it to stamp better once I've cleaned the stamp a couple times. And so that's my opinion. I guess it could be the ink, but I've never thought about that before. So, as I continue to use the ink and the stamp, it just gets better and better and better. So that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think it's the stamp, or do you think it's the ink? All right, while you guys are answering that question, I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of the other die cut pieces. I'm just going to kind of follow along where they have them. So the bird is kind of where the bird and the branches meet. And I think I'm going to actually place these first, just like I did before. So this one, it goes up in the top corner. So right about there. And then just tuck that one behind. Make sure that though that the dimensionals are only on the border. You don't want any of that adhesive showing and sticking to the inside of your card. Okay. And then we've got this one with the other little bird. And we'll put that down here. Let's see. Looks like these two kind of go on top. They like layer on top of each other. So I might go ahead and layer those first, so that way I can place it together. So that's how I'm layering it. I don't know if that's how they intended it. Actually, it kind of feels like that one's a little bit high. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. It's kind of tricky. I don't want to cover up this back bird too much. There. Okay, that's cute. Oh, Lisa, she says that she thought that it was the ink. Some say the pad is too full. Oh, that's interesting. Diane says over on YouTube, if you lightly sand your new stamp, it will stamp better to start with. I've heard of that too. That you can add a little bit of texture to your stamps and it will stamp nicely. I get a little nervous with that because I don't want to maybe overdo it. So if I continue to struggle with my stamping, what I will do is use Versamark ink before I stamp with this ink. So Versamark is a sticky ink, and what it can do is it can hold the ink in place. And so that's worked really nicely for me. So what you would do is make sure your stamp's clean, ink it in Versamark, and then ink it in this without stamping in between. So I've done that in some previous videos. Okay, so now that I've layered those two together, I can kind of place these, and I think I'm going to place it like that. I like having a little bit of that foil poking out from underneath. So I need this to be pretty close to the bottom so that it connects. You can cut your dimensionals if you want a smaller piece. So keep that in mind. Okay, so that's hid there nicely. And so this is looking kind of skinny, so I might go ahead and either cut them or use this border piece, which I think I'll do, is use the border piece. And right about there. Kind of tuck that under there, so that it doesn't show on the front or the back. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, I was worried that maybe it got stuck there. Okay, so that's so fun. So you've got this kind of peekaboo window, and it shows the greeting on the inside and the outside. It's kind of fun to have it cover up just a little bit. So that's really great. It's a beautiful card. And I think that one's done as well. Really quick and simple. Excuse me. Let's grab an envelope so you can see how those two work so nicely together. It's just so pretty. You're welcome. She says, thanks for the answer. I think everybody has their own way of fixing that problem. And so Carol, she says that she thinks the stamp is also the culprit, is what she says. Okay, you guys. Lisa says that she does have success with the Versamark technique. So if you do have problems, if you've got Versamark, and you can get that from Stampin' Up, and you can also find in other places its own brand. And so Stampin' Up sells it, but so do other companies. So if you need to grab a Versamark, give that a try. I think that's a really easy solution, is to stamp it in Versamark ink first. I'll add Versamark to the link of products that I'll put in the description of this video after we're all done, in case you're interested in purchasing that. Just as a little side note, I love my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So if you're interested in subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, if you don't already get the kit, and if you're interested in trying it out, I highly suggest it. It's really fun. This kit has already been sent out. So unfortunately, you won't get this kit if you subscribe today. The next kit is a really fun one. They're not cards. They are cute little stockings with tags. And I'm really excited about that because I will still make cards with it. And so if you're interested in seeing the most adorable cards, I mean, I don't know. I haven't even gotten the kit yet, but I'm really excited about the challenge of making cards from the stockings. So don't unsubscribe if you're nervous about getting the kit because you're a card maker and you don't know if you want those stockings or not, because we will make cards with them. Anyway, so that's the next kit. That's November's kit. And so that's right now is the subscription period for November's kit. So if you would like to subscribe, I will link my subscription link in the description below. And what I was going to say is that I love my subscribers. And so what I like to do is send them an exclusive card kit designed by me and that nobody else sees but the subscribers. And what they get is they get all the cardstock and embellishments that they need to make the card, and they get to join me live on a Zoom call. So we get to see each other face to face, we get to chat and have fun, and we make the card together, and then we play some fun game. And there's one subscriber who joins us for that meeting will get a 1-month Paper Pumpkin subscription code for free. So that's kind of the what am I trying to say? The winner of the game will get that code for free. It's really fun. And all my subscribers love it. They love getting the kit. And that kit, actually, what you do with it is we will come up with some ideas on how to use the stamp set and the ink spot after we've used up all of the other pieces. Okay. And so that's just a really great bonus is what are we going to do with this? Because after all these cards are made, we still have a stamp set. And so I come up with some fun things that you can do with it. We learn fun techniques or sometimes a new fun fold card idea. And so if you're interested in subscribing, I would love to have you be a subscriber of mine. So make sure to click that link when you're subscribing. And again, I'll add that as soon as we're done here. I've had some of my subscribers on with us today, and it's just so fun to see you. I'm glad you were able to join me, and I hope you enjoy making your cards from this month's Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you would like to see, again, some of my alternatives, come on back next week, and they hopefully will be ready by then. Oh, hi, Eileen. She just joined us. If you're a little late to the party, you're welcome to watch the replay. It will be available here in just a minute once we're done. Oh, yes. Now she says that the tag in here is going to be a really perfect for next month's kit. Yes, this fun tag die I think that will be fun. And I can see how this little fern thing kind of coordinates nicely with this as well as this. I mean, we could use all of these this month as well. So, and I might, who knows? Melanie says, it's so fun. Oh, Michelle, she says, I'm a demonstrator, but can I get paper pumpkin through you instead of myself? So, Michelle, if you're interested in that, can you email me so that we can discuss that? My email is Chelsey, Chelsey, at creativechelsey, spelled the same way, .com. I also will list that at the bottom of the description in this video, so you can click on that if you'd like, because there is a little workaround that we have to do if you're interested in that, okay? Hi, Nancy. So anyway, great to see you guys. Thanks again for joining me. It's been a fun time to be together, and we will see you next week with the alternatives. Thanks for joining me. Have a creative day. Bye.